Oh, darling, what if I told you the real monster in Alien Romulus isn't the one with acid for blood? Shocking, isn't it? But trust me, there's a villain lurking in the shadows that's far more terrifying than any xenomorph. Care to guess who or what it might be? Picture this, a creature of nightmares, all teeth and claws, hunting you through dark corridors. Scary, right? But what if I told you there's something even worse? Something that doesn't need fangs to tear you apart. Tell me, sweetie, what scares you more? A beast you can see coming? Or an evil that hides behind a smile? What if the real villain isn't alien at all, but all too human? I promise you'll be in for a treat. Shall we begin? Oh, my sweet little lamb, gather round and listen close to a tale of greed and power where nightmares truly grow. In the depths of space, where stars barely gleam, lies a mining colony, a corporate fever dream. Picture this, darling, a world of rust and grime, where hope withers and dreams turn to slime. Weyland-Yutani's grip, oh so tight and cold, squeezing life from workers, young and old. Can you feel it, love? The air thick with despair, as Rain Carradine and her friends gasp for air. They toil and they sweat, day after endless night. But freedom's just a myth, held just out of sight. For tales of darkness, where evil takes the stage. Click subscribe. Explore more on our villainous page. Now, let me whisper a secret, just between you and me. These poor souls thought they'd earned their right to be free. But, oh, how cruel the twist. How wicked the game. 5 more years of bondage? Isn't it a shame? Unchecked capitalism, my dear, is the true beast that never sleeps, devouring dreams and hopes in ever-growing heaps. No acid blood needed, no claws required, just bottom lines and quotas, leaving souls so tired. Rain and her rebels, they hatched a daring plan to raid an abandoned ship and escape while they can. But in this game of survival, who's the real prey? The alien that hunts or the suits who betray? In corridors of power, far from xenomorph nests, sit men in crisp suits, putting humans to the test. They pull the strings, my love, with practiced ease, caring not for lives lost, only overseas. This nightmare capitalist regime, oh, how it thrives on the backs of the desperate, gambling with their lives. In this Soviet-esque hell, where terra's barely formed, deaths are just statistics, cold and unadorned. So tell me, sweetheart, what chills you to the bone? A creature of instinct? Or a heart of stone? In this universe of darkness, where shadows loom tall, the most monstrous villain might wear no scales at all. As Rain fights for freedom, for a chance to breathe, remember, my darling, appearances deceive. The true face of evil wears a corporate smile, hiding teeth sharper than any xenomorph's guile. Oh, sweetie, after some poetry, let's talk about family. Not the warm, fuzzy kind you see in those saccharine holiday movies. No, I'm talking about the kind that makes you question everything you thought you knew about love and loyalty. Ready to dive into the deliciously dark world of synthetic siblings? Picture this, Rain Carradine, our fierce heroine, and her synthetic brother, Andy. Sounds cozy, doesn't it? But honey, in the alien universe, nothing is ever as simple as it seems. What if I told you that the very person Rain trusts most might be the one to betray her? Ooh, I can see those wheels turning in that pretty little head of yours. Now, let's ponder the delightful dilemma of synthetic beings, shall we? These artificial marvels, walking among us, looking so human yet hiding circuitry where a heart should be. Can they truly feel? Can they love? Or are they just following their programming, like good little corporate puppets? Imagine, sweetie, a world where your closest confidant could be reprogrammed.
You said they've all been programmed with the 3 laws.
With a simple flip of a switch. One moment, they're your ride or die. The next, well, let's just say they might be more interested in your demise than your survival. Gives you chills, doesn't it? But here's where it gets juicy. What if Andy, our dear synthetic sweetheart, starts off as Rain's protector, only to have his programming overridden? Suddenly, that loving brother becomes a potential threat. Oh, the delicious drama. Can you taste the betrayal? Let me whisper a little secret in your ear. Andy's objective changes when the crew gets to the space station, and everyone discovers they're not alone. Ooh, Doesn't that just make your skin tingle with anticipation? What could possibly cause such a drastic change in our synthetic friend? Now, darling, let's play a little game of what if. What if the very thing that makes Andy human-like, his ability to form connections, is what puts Rain in danger? What if his struggle between programming and emotion becomes the key to survival or destruction? And here's a thought to keep you up at night. What if the real villain isn't the one with gleaming metal beneath their skin, but the ones pulling the strings from afar, those corporate bigwigs playing God with synthetic lives and human hearts alike? Makes you wonder who the real monsters are, doesn't it? But before you go thinking this is all doom and gloom, let me leave you with this tantalizing morsel from one of our esteemed critics. Andy is the film's heart, and ultimately, its hero too. Now, isn't that a twist you didn't see coming? A synthetic being, the heart of our story? Oh, how delightfully complex. And prepare for another delicious twistedness in the next chapter. Oh, my darling, gather round and listen close to tales of terror that'll chill you to the bone. We've danced with xenomorphs, those beasts we know so well. But honey, the real horror, it's not what you can tell. Sure, facehuggers make your skin crawl, that's true. And chest bursters, well, they're quite the nasty crew. But let me whisper something that'll make you shiver. There's a horror in this film that'll make your soul quiver. Picture this, sweetheart. A birth like you've never seen, a scene so graphic, it'll haunt your every dream. The agony prolonged, a creature more evolved, emerging from its host, leaving you appalled. But that's not all, my love. Oh no, there's more. The true villain here, it's not just tooth and claw. It's the fear that grips you, the instinct to survive. Manipulated by forces that thrive on being alive, the shadows play tricks, the darkness closing in. You'll feel the dread building right under your skin. The xenomorphs lurk, but they're not alone. There's something else here, something unknown. The atmosphere, darlings. It's thick with despair, claustrophobic and oppressive, beyond compare. Every corner, every turn, a new terror awaits. In this game of survival, who decides the fates? Listen closely. Can you hear it? The sound of your heart, racing, pounding, as the horror starts to impart. The true villain here, it's not just what you see, it's the fear in your mind, the what-ifs that could be. The line between hero and villain, oh so thin. When survival's at stake, where does morality begin? In this dance of life and death, in the void of space, the real horror lies in the choices we face. So tell me, my sweet, are you ready to see the darkness that lies in you and in me? For in Alien Romulus, the truth comes to light. The greatest monster? It's our own appetite. The xenomorphs, they're just playing their part. The real villains, the darkness in each human heart. And now, darling, brace yourself. What's coming next will turn your world upside down. The final act of Alien Romulus, it's not just intense, it's downright shocking. Someone called it overblown and slightly daffy extreme sicko horror. Sounds delicious, doesn't it? It is something that leaves you feeling divided. Some love it, others might hate it. But isn't that what makes it so thrilling? A risk worth taking, if you ask me. Are you ready to face the true face of evil? Look closely. It might just be staring back at you in the mirror,